Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Steph, and this is my masterclass on communication for married men. I want to give you five keys to help you to better communicate in your relationship, to keep communication interesting, and to keep her interested in you. If you're ready, let's dive in. So, when it comes to communication in marriage, right, it's important to keep things interesting. It's important. Communication in marriage is very interesting. And over time, for those who've been married a very long time, it's easy to lose that interest, right? And lose that maintaining good communication in a relationship. My wife and I, we've been married for 18 years, 19 years this year. And so over a period of time, like, I always have to remind myself, hey, how are we communicating? How am I communicating? Am I allowing her to communicate, right? And so one of the things, these five keys, first key I believe that's important is being emotionally available. Women want a man to be emotionally available. She wants a man that can share his feelings with her, right? How he really deeply feels, because communication is a two-way street. Oftentimes women share their feelings, right? How they feel, and they're looking for someone to connect with, someone that can relate, right? Emotionally. And it's okay for you to be able to open up, right? Because, and I hate to even throw this out there, but if you don't open up, someone else will. And so you don't want to leave that door open. You want to close that door, not because the fear of someone else, right? But you want to be able to have someone that you can share your feelings with, right? And someone that you trust, and someone that like has your back, right? And so hopefully that's your spouse, right? And so a woman wants a man who's emotionally available, someone that she feels she can open up to, right? Without any judgment, without any accusations or jumping to conclusions or like accusing her or anything. Listening to understand, right? Listening to understand where she is. Like, hey, babe, I noticed, last week, you came in a little bit later than usual, blah, blah, blah. You know what, babe? I hear you. What you're saying is you think I was out too late. You were a little bit concerned. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. Next time I'll call you. I'll send you a text. I just forgot. I was busy. That's being open, right? And understanding, hearing what she says, responding, right? And then what action you can take to better next time. Now, here's the thing. We ain't kids, right? We're all grown adults, right? So you have a choice on how you can respond in communicating, right? But it's important that how you respond typically determines whether or not communication will remain open, or you'll have a breakdown in communication, in which we don't want. We don't want communication breakdowns. We want to keep communication open, right? So being understanding, being kind, listening to her, understanding what her objections are. Like if she shares something really deep with you, understanding like, okay, like I understand. Let me see if I can relate, right? Let me see if I can connect. Right? So there's nothing wrong with a man being available emotionally. What a woman doesn't want is a man who's emotional, meaning you are out of control with your emotions. You don't know how to control your anger. You don't know how to control your temper. Man who's always crying, at the drop of a hat, complaining. That's not acceptable. Women want a man who's in control emotionally, right? And so things in life happen. Things happen to us. It's happened to everybody. Like, I can't tell you like the number of business, like the things that have happened in my business, personal life, health wise, right? But I try my best to maintain a level-headedness about everything. And so that's very important. Now, a woman does want you to be like, when she cries and something concerns her, it's okay for you to shed a tear. If something happens in your life that's really, really tough and important and hard to handle that she may not understand, it's okay to show that emotion, right? Because it means that you have the capacity to share and show emotion. And so a woman wants to know that you have that capacity to do so, that you just ain't no stone wall. You know what I'm saying? I'm a thug all the time, I'm a thug. No. She wants you to be, tough. If someone makes her feel insecure, someone puts her hand on her, someone threatens your kids or anything, she wants you to be the tough guy, be that thug, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, just basic understanding her and hearing her out, she wants you to be emotionally available. I don't want to stay on that too long, so I'll move to the next one. The next thing is saying kind words. The Bible says one of the things that is very that is sought out by a man is his kindness. So we teach in my house, this is my house, we teach our children kindness. Please, thank you, you're welcome, right? We don't say, things like you're stupid, you're dumb, right? That's childish stuff. We're adults. We should know how to talk to each other without being demeaning, right? Without being overly aggressive, and without being controlling and manipulative. So we're adults. Be kind, right? That's what the world needs, period. So kindness and saying kind words. If she asks you, babe, how I look in this dress? If she don't look good in that dress, say it with kindness. You know what I'm saying? Be honest, be direct, but say it in a kind way where it's almost as though you're saying it to look out for her versus you're just saying it. You're saying you look terrible and you're saying it to make yourself, almost to say it like you're getting something out of making her feel bad. So we have, as men, we can be, women are very sensitive to words. I have to say this. And so it's important for us as men to understand that. Now, women can be harsh when it comes to words. Now, a woman can walk all over your head, your face, all that with just words. So it's important that as adults, right, in communicating, and as men, we lead with kindness. If we lead with kindness, we'll get kindness in return. Third point is continue to always talk game to your wife. I can't stress this enough. We get oftentimes you get married, you've been married a long time, and you talk game to your wife when you're dating, you talk game to your wife when you're engaged. Now you got her 2 or 3 kids in. It's like, you don't talk game at all. You know what I'm saying? And I think talking game to your spouse keeps things interesting, keeps her interested in her, lets her know that you're interested in her, right? And so, like me and my wife, married 18 years. I still find one of the reasons why I've been married for 18 years, happily married for 18 years, is that I as much as I can talk game to my wife. I always tell her, babe, you look good. I don't know where you're going looking like that. I always try to find ways to talk her up. You know what I'm saying? Talk up her confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I see you. I see that thing back there. I tell her often, when you get home, I'm going to bust them cheeks. I'm going to clap them cheeks. That's what I tell her. And so that keeps her knowing that I'm interested, that I see her, and that I'm paying attention to her. I'll get on attention on another video, but I'll just say briefly, attention is very powerful. If you ever notice, if you pay someone attention or someone pays you attention, it catches you, right? Attention is very powerful. And so it's important that as men, we communicate that we're still paying attention to our spouses. Last thing, fifth and final thing is make her laugh. Make her laugh. One of the ways to a woman's heart is through laughter. Most of the time, the guy who isn't even necessarily the most good-looking guy, he isn't the tallest guy, he's not the most entertaining guy, but if a guy can tell a joke, he can pull a bad one. And so you were joking when you were dating, you joked around when you were engaged, but now like life does life do be lifing, and so it can cause you to always kind of be in this mode of seriousness, right? This mode of I gotta get it, I gotta make things happen, and for me and my wife, we work together running businesses, and we still work together. But I have to find the time to make things light, make things fun, because it keeps communication between us. It makes it easy to communicate, and oftentimes break the friction that men and women have with one another, because men think differently than women think differently than men, and sometimes like your mind can cause you to be like, what is she thinking? Like, what? And so when you start to communicate, you kind of get that friction, because two people that live together for so long still think differently. Like, man, like we've been together for 18 years, we still think differently, which isn't a bad thing. So joking, laughing helps to break up that friction, right? Not only that, but to be honest with you, when you get her in a joking, laughing, playful mood, it's easier to get her into bed. That's just a tip. It's easier to get a woman in the bed when you got her off her toes, right? You got her on her toes. You caught her off guard with a joke or whatever. I like to do impressions. That's just or I'll say something about myself that's crazy. I don't take myself too serious. You know what I'm saying? And so it's important that you make her laugh. And another way is through songs. If you can sing, fortunately, I can sing, and I like to tell jokes. So I got the best of both too. But then again, right? You want to keep communication in your marriage interesting, and I believe these 5 keys will help you do so, and it'll keep her interested in you and you interested in her. I hope this helped you. Look forward to my next course on attention, masterclass on attention, how to keep her attention on you, and you keep your attention on her. Peace.